Opening comments.
Slow start. You cannot afford to get off to slow starts against really good teams. I thought we did a fantastic job of understanding coming out of halftime exactly what we needed to do. We went out, we executed, we got the score back tied, and we just had we had a few really clutch possessions that we just didn't complete the defensive possession out on, where we gave up a couple of offensive rebounds and ones. And so I think those couple of plays are really crucial when you're playing in a close game like this against a good team that also is a good free throw shooting team.
5 with 2 minutes and 53 seconds to go.
Mm-hmm.
2 turnovers, 4 missed layups.
Mm-hmm.
So just talk about ending the game offensively.
I mean, we can talk about ending the game, but I think even all of the missed layups in the first half, we took 21 more shots than them. We missed 6 free throws. At any point in time on the stat sheet, any of those buckets means we win the game. Not just the last 2:30, but like the complete 40 minutes. But in that last 2:30, it appears more crucial just because the score is now closer and there's not any more time to constantly work yourself back into it. But all of the missed layups throughout the entire game were a problem, not just in the 2 minutes in the last 2:30, though they just seem more important because there's not more time left.
Bree, after you missed that corner that corner 3-pointer, you said probably 4 or 5 times to yourself, don't take another 3-pointer, don't take another 3-pointer. And then you hit the one at the top of the key. What was going through your thought process as you're telling yourself not to take a 3, and then immediately you take one, but you hit it?
I just couldn't afford another turnover. So, ball faking and then being wide open, I just had to gut up and, have confidence to make the next shot I put up, and it just happened to be a 3.
Talk about early in the game going to the free throw line with 1,000 points on the line. Did that cross your mind? What was your thought? I mean, as you're going to the line knowing you got 2 free throws, you need to make both of them for 1,000 points.
I kind of was thinking about it. I just had to get the jitters off. I went 1-1 and went back to the line again, went 1-1. So, just, focusing on making the basket rather than my accomplishments at the moment.
Gina, talk about our defensive effort. It seems like when we're rolling, we are able to turn teams over. We're athletic. Talk about your role in that game, particularly as we started to come back.
Well, it starts in practice. Coach, she always has me, pressing a guard, and I'm not really used to guarding a guard because we used to guard in post. But I really just take everything she tells me and I just take it in, and it allows me to, it shows in the game,
Yeah, and I think, both of these girls are solid defenders. And we're able to turn over. I mean, we forced 27 turnovers today. And so there's so many, good points that you can take away out of this. 25 points off of turnovers. I mean, that's big. And that's, a couple baskets here or there, they mean the world. But, the amount of turnovers that they're able to force and being able to, keep Robinson on that left side where she's very uncomfortable. I mean, that kid had 9 turnovers tonight. She had 9 points, 9 rebounds, and 9 turnovers. That's what you want. You want to be disruptive. And I think they did a good job of doing that for most of the game.
So, where are your thoughts about going forward from here? 4-3, 1-2 against regionally ranked teams. Couple more games as we get into CIAA play.
Mm-hmm. I mean, at the end of the day, all the games on the schedule are tough. But if you ask them what's the most important game on the schedule, the next game. We've got 3 games before we get into conference play. So not just one game, but we got 3 games before we get into conference play, and they're gonna be just as tough. You got to go down to DC, and they were up on Bowie at halftime earlier today in their game. I don't know what the final was, but I know that they were up. But then you've got to travel to Jersey and then turn around and play an early game on Saturday. So next week isn't going to be, a cakewalk by any means. We're still going to have to show up and play. We're still going to have to show up and make layups. We got to show up and make free throws and just be there for each other and constantly encouraging and constantly staying positive.
think this. What was your message to your team early in the game? Because it felt like they were getting a lot of buckets in transition.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
well, we talked about, how quickly they'll leak out people. And we just early on wasn't comprehending that this team may not be, baseline to baseline faster than us, but they're very smart and they're very deceptive in some of the things that they do. And so making sure that we're getting the ball covered and getting some pressure on the ball so they can't see, the open players that are running behind, and just constantly making sure we understand what getting back looks like. Getting back doesn't mean necessarily just going right there to at the top of the key or half court. It means getting all the way back so that they don't, have these open looks that they were getting early on.
And was there adjustment made to their zone? Because it feels like early on we were just passing the ball around the perimeter, taking the first three that we got. Was there an adjustment made, Bree, to how we attacked their zone?
Definitely. We definitely, tried to attack the top guards, swing back, hit the wing, or have our bigs set the screen where we get our shooter in the corner and then have our bigs rolling. So we're not just having their defense standing around, keeping them moving and everything.
Any final comments, Coach?
Hey, on to the next one. This one hurts a little bit, but we don't have the luxury of sitting around and, waiting a week to get it figured out. We got a game on Tuesday. We got to get ready for that next thing. And just honestly come back ready to fight again. At the end of the day, that's all you can do is fight, put forth your best foot, and do your best to make the adjustments on the next game. So we got to just make sure we come out against UBC and be ready early at the start of the game. 40 minutes is what we're looking for, not 29, not 29, and 30 seconds, 40.
Thank you.